Hi there, students. Folly, a noun. This comes from the adjective foolish, a fool. Okay, a folly is a stupid action, a stupid idea, something that you shouldn't have done. Foolishness because of a lack of foresight or a lack of practicality or a thoughtless action, a stupid action resulting in tragic consequences. Also, a folly is a building, and I'll explain that a bit in a little bit. So it would be sheer folly to continue this course of action. Notice I quite like that collocation, sheer folly. This idea is folly. For us to start a war would be folly. Yeah, it would be a stupid thing to do. It's a foolish course of action. The follies of my youth, the silly things I did, not knowing what was going to happen, what would happen as a result. We all have our own follies, following the follies of the past. Yeah. So do you regret the follies of your youth? This is an act of folly, of foolishness, of unwiseness. The follies of war end up just getting people killed. It would be sheer folly not to do this. Yeah, it would be crazy not to do it. It would be a foolish act. So folly, lack of good sense, lack of understanding, lack of foresight. It would be folly to put the petrol storage tank next to the incinerator. Yeah, it's something that's going to have a ruinous outcome. It's going to be very probable that it will just explode. Yeah, so something rash and stupid. Yeah, a stupid action. It was folly to hit that policeman. You should have just apologised. It was folly to invest in that company because it was obvious it was going bankrupt. Okay, now let's look at this meaning of a building or a structure. A folly is a type of pavilion in a garden. Yeah, but it's a fanciful building, just built for ornamental reasons. So you have this big garden, and then you have a mock Roman temple, or an Egyptian pyramid, or a medieval castle. Yeah. If you've ever been to Kew Gardens, there's a great big pagoda in Kew Gardens. That is a folly. Yeah, it's a building built in a garden as something decorative for the garden. Yeah, it's sort of an idea of landscape gardening, where suddenly there's this strange building that you wouldn't expect to see there, and that's a folly. I think the reason they called this a folly, it's to do with the undue expense, the spending this ridiculous amount of money on a decorative building to go in your garden. Yeah, you'll find follies in most big gardens of manor houses and estates and things like that. Yeah, so it's a folly, it's a crazy thing to build. So it still follows this idea of folly. But more normally, folly, a lack of good sense, a lack of normal prudence and foresight. It was folly to think that you were not going to be caught when you did that. Yeah? The prank you committed was just folly. You shouldn't have done that. Paying so much for that car was folly. It was obviously going to break down. Yeah, so that's the idea of folly. Something that you shouldn't have done. It was silly. You should have had the foresight to know that it was not going to be good. So there you go, folly. Well, we haven't done the origin or the formality. Let's see, formality, folly. I think I'd give it a 5 in formality, but no, it sounds a bit posh. Yeah, it's a good word to use to sound posh, but I think you could probably use it just about anywhere. Stupidity, ridiculousness, madness, lacking foresight, rashness, something like that. And then the origin, well, it comes from French, yeah, from la folie, la folie bergère. C'est de la folie. Okay, from the word, the adjective folle, meaning mad or insane. Folie in French, madness. So there you go, folly. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Folly.